T2.
A little something for the weekend with Sam Hunt.
Sam Hunt is with us this morning. Apparently just. Sam Hunt, good morning.
Good morning, Wammo. Yes, it's been a bit of a dash back. I went down to Auckland, not that you're interested in my social life, but I was invited down to Auckland with different people,
Yeah.
Paul Holmes and Jennifer Ward Leland,
Yes.
and who else? Emily Perkins.
Right.
And different people, and we're invited down 10 of us, invited down for a meal last night as guests of Capity Cheese, which is not a commercial for them, but they were very, very good hosts and looked after us grandly. I've noticed they've given me a whole lot of stuff this morning I didn't even notice last night.
Oh, you come back with some cheeses.
Oh, no, not just cheeses, but also Cuisine magazine.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Which I'd never heard of, but it's a cooking magazine.
Yeah, it's one of those sort of magazines that you don't necessarily have to read. You can just look. It's kind of like food porn, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, just look at the pictures.
Well, they were lovely, so they put on a meal. We had a 9-course meal.
Oh wow! No, so was it a degustation? It's what they call a degustation, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's sort of apparently so. I only got, as far as I can remember, I got about as far as the 3rd course. But it was beautiful. Oh, beautiful stuff.
Oh yeah. Whereabouts? Do you know?
In some restaurant in Mount Eden.
Was it the French Cafe?
I don't know.
Because it's kind of getting towards Mount Eden, up on Simon Street.
My driver took me there, so I don't.
Simon Street, New North.
I don't know, Wammo. I'm hopeless. If it just I'm not the driver. I would have ended up in the wrong suburb. but no, they looked after us very well. They were just lovely,
And you got on with everyone?
Yeah. Yes, very much so. In fact, all the people in a funny way. Michael Hurst, I apparently hadn't. Well, I hadn't met him years ago. The actor.
Yeah.
He's a nice chap, and we had a great evening. We had a great evening.
Quite a different evening to what I had, I suppose.
What did you do last night?
Well, so AC/DC were in town.
I know, because I saw, because driving down from the north here, we could see all the AC/DC people came to the concert.
It was just a kind of like a river of black.
It was. Speaking of titles, I love some of their titles. I sort of grew up. Well, I should have been more informed on AC/DC. They've been around since 1973.
Yes, yeah, long time, yeah.
But I didn't know that. I mean, they've got some great titles. I love their. Is it back? The big selling album, Back in Black. I mean, good title.
Yeah.
And the other title I like is Black Ice.
Yes. Yep.
Black Ice. Do you remember last week I was talking about that American poet, poet laureate for North America, Charles Simic, last week? Well, I've been reading him. I'm still been reading him. I mean, he was born in, what you said last week, we were talking about him, Belgrade.
That's right.
And talk about titles. I just love some of his titles. Speaking of book titles in this case, some of these good titles. I just scribbled them down. Dismantling the Silence. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's as good as Black Ice. My Noiseless Entourage. My Noiseless Entourage. I like that. Walking the Black Cat.
Huh.
School for Dark Thoughts. Great title.
Yeah.
School for Dark Thoughts. And the Book of Gods and Devils. Can I read you a poem from their last book? It's called,
Yeah,
it's good little poem here. Remember that he was born in Serbia in 1938, and he came to America when he was 16, and spoke no English, but the poems just started happening. Listen to this one. It's called Two Dogs. An old dog afraid of its own shadow in some southern town. The story told me about a woman going blind one fine summer evening as shadows were creeping out of the North Hampshire woods, a long street with just a worried dog and a couple of dusty chickens. and all that sun beating down in that nameless southern town. It made me remember the Germans marching past our house in 1944, the way everybody stood on the sidewalk watching them out the corner of the eye, the earth trembling, death going by. A little white dog ran into the street and got entangled with a soldier's feet. A kick made him fly as if he had wings. That's what I keep on seeing. Night coming down, a dog with wings. Yeah.
Wow.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's great. I love him. I've been enjoying his poems, and I love those. Walking the Black Cat.
Yeah.
Something less. I will read you Could I read you a new poem of mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's called Jessica. Now people say, where do poems come from? Well,
Yeah.
I was. Somebody mistook me. Wrote to me. I have some funny people write to me, and there's lovely people. But somebody thought I was Sam Shepard.
Who is Sam Shepard? Do we know?
Sam Shepard is the American playwright.
Okay.
He worked with Bob Dylan on he's married to, and this is the title of the poem. In fact, he's married to the actor Jessica. How do you pronounce her surname?
Lang sounds right. Yeah.
Jessica Lang. And so, anyway, I got a letter from somebody thinking that I was Sam Shepard married to Jessica Lang. So it led to a poem. So,
right.
mail goes in the wrong box.
Well, you never know where inspiration is going to come from.
Exactly. And so, therefore, Wammo and listeners on Kiwi FM, I'd like to sort of say a poem called Jessica. It goes like this. In fact, there's going to be a song. There's David Kilgour's working on the lyrics right now.
Cool.
Working on the. He reckons it's going to be a folk song one day. So this is the pre-folk or the pre-rock version. Okay.
Yeah.
Jessica. A girl called Jessica married a man called Sam. Not me, another Sam. Lucky man. As for Jessica, she has, according to a friend of hers, fallen on her feet as Jessica. She married a Sam, not me. She's his, not mine, as Jessica. The moon just set its spinnaker. The night it's spinning, and someone somewhere is singing. It is it, isn't it? Doesn't make sense is what they're singing. Could be I was right all along. It is. It's Jessica. So there's a new poem called Jessica.
Do you ever seen, like, if a poem is about someone, do you ever send them a nudge and go, look, this is a poem, it's out there now, it's about you? We not bother.
In a way, no, because I think the reason one doesn't, or the reason I don't, probably is because in a funny way they're about everyone,
Yeah.
There's that lovely line I always love of Ezra Pound's. I've probably said it before when we've talked, but I've always loved the line. One of his cantos ends up, "Oh world," how does it go? My poems, oh world, that's right, how's it go? Oh world, my poems were written for 5 people. Oh world, I pity you. You do not know these 5 people. So in a way, there's all the Jessicas. I mean, another poem to you, another little poem I wrote a couple of days ago. I've been listening while a lot of people have been going to AC/DC.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Janacek.
Okay.
A Czechoslovak composer. And I'm not saying that because I've been sort of introduced after how many years have AC/DC been around? I mean, 400 years now.
Yeah.
Like I've just heard about Shakespeare. But anyway, this is called Janacek Chord. I've been writing all these poems called chords. So here's one that goes like this, just all 10 lines. You listen to Janacek's Czech Requiem and think, if God missed that, he must miss a lot. And keep listening to Janacek's Czech Requiem. You think, if God only got one chance on earth to hear that, we'd be a lot better off. So that's Janacek. So yeah, it's all part of picking up a voice that's going on. I often think when you write a poem or a song or something that it's something that's been there for a long time in a strange way.
Yeah.
And You know, you know, yeah. Do you send a poem to somebody? I don't know. You know, it's sort of, yeah, I don't know the answer to that, actually, Wammo.
It's probably a case-by-case basis, really. You know, wouldn't be a general rule.
If you could send it to the wrong person, you may get the wrong Yama check, you know, or the wrong ACDC, you know,
or the wrong Sam.
Hey, so you went to the concert last night?
I did. It was actually it was a little bit of a story to that. I was going to do it on the cheap. I was going to sit in Western Springs Park, next to the stadium, and we did. We had our blanket and we sat down there. Me and my girlfriend there together, and
I don't want to hear any more. Keep going.
And then out of nowhere, these two girls looked like something out of Outrageous Fortune.
Yeah.
To me, you know, they were real Westies, about salt of the earth. Came up